Hello everybody, welcome back to the Maverick channel, and here we talk about trends in the cryptocurrency space. We talk about the latest news and we talk about the information that might just be helpful for you whilst navigating the cryptocurrency space. Today we specifically want to cover a crypto exchange that's under the Fortune 500, another exchange that's listed or that has a license in Dubai. We want to look at the Polygon network and some of these partnerships with some of the biggest fiat crypto exchanges or gateways out there in the world. We want to look at cryptocurrency dexes that have reached over 1 trillion market capitalization during the bear market. We also want to look at some big celebrities that have lost over $300,000 in NFTs stolen right before they launched their show. And last but not least, we're going to look at some big crypto farms getting into the decentralized organization of other cryptocurrency ecosystems and proposing for them to move on to their ecosystems, which is going to pose a lot of questions in the decentralized arena in the cryptocurrency space. And lastly, an airdrop that you might just qualify for, so make sure you stick all the way to the end. Okay, so of course in the first report we're going to look at the European Central Bank or the ECB on crypto. Africa set up a Bitcoin hub. This is in the Central African Republic. Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange which is public, most of you know that, is essentially a Fortune 500 company because of the volume, the amount of money they've generated in a 1-year span, and this is over $7 billion. Binance, one of the biggest exchanges, has officially acquired a license to operate and trade in Dubai, which is extremely bullish for these exchanges and for the overall cryptocurrency space. Now, for the European Central Bank, obviously their direction, where they come from, is mostly criticism and systemic risk. By systemic risk, they mean if a catastrophic financial risk happens within the cryptocurrency space, that could spread out and affect the whole world. So they're not coming from a bad place, but it's just that they're not known for exactly being friends of these technologies or these kinds of financial technologies generally. So you have to watch what they say with a grain of salt, but at the same time, do not be fast to dismiss it. You have to look into the space and be very, very careful. Otherwise, you might fall into some of these pitholes or loopholes that have been, or honeypots. Essentially invest your money and it's stolen. So you have to be really careful. Make sure you do your own research. And in adoption news, this falls directly into the Central African Republic because of the real world use case, acceptance of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're setting up or soon to launch a platform or a hub known as Sango. This whole thing called hubs is becoming very popular in the cryptocurrency space, and it's also known within cryptocurrencies like the Cosmos ecosystem with Cosmos Hub and others that are forming up. So this country here is forming their own sort of decentralized exchange, decentralized autonomous organization where the people in the country will be able to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I think it's good. The infrastructure is still shaky, but I think some adoption of some of these technologies is going to incentivize the development of some of these technologies. Of course, we're seeing brands like Balenciaga, Shopify implementing the acceptance of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which adds more legitimacy to them. And of course, Polygon network, one of the biggest scaling layer 2 scaling platforms on the Ethereum network, is essentially partnering with an exchange called Wirex, which is a cryptocurrency trading, fiat to fiat conversion, all kinds of things financial related, bridging the financial world, the fiat world to the cryptocurrency world. Of course, this company is touting itself to be in over 130 countries, 4.5 million customers plus, 150 plus traditional cryptocurrencies that they trade on their platform, and $3 billion worth of transactions, and they claim to have 24/7 customer support. So there's a blend within the centralization and the decentralization because you're essentially trading these decentralized cryptocurrencies. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure these cryptocurrencies are actually decentralized because it's actually important. And with the bear market currently on, more and more people are realizing the importance of understanding cryptocurrencies that implement these fundamental things that were started by Bitcoin. We need security, we need decentralization, and eventually we'll reach that scalability standard, but you need to make sure the security is on point. Of course, this news is extremely exciting because the exchanges gaining this kind of adoption, we're seeing cryptocurrency exchanges essentially being under the Fortune 500, which means they're almost taking over that role of banking system. We're trying to see that friction between the traditional banking system and the new type of banking system. And of course, we have other big exchanges like the FTX exchange, which is looking to buy brokerage startups as they expand into stock trading. And CNBC reported this news, citing unnamed sources. So of course, FTX exchange is known for, they've publicly announced their head or their CEO has publicly announced that they might spend a whole bunch of money in the next United States elections, which of course falls into lobbying, which falls into making political friends, which makes it easy to tap into this whole regulatory framework and fit yourself properly within that narrative. So all this news is extremely bullish for the cryptocurrency space, especially if you know where to look. So in other news, the decentralized exchange, those that have watched this channel a lot, you understand I'm extremely bullish about decentralized exchanges. This particular one is Uniswap. You all know Uniswap, one of the biggest exchange in the world, essentially, arguably, and of course on the Ethereum network, arguably the first that innovated the way we see token swap or liquidity pools, essentially having a pair of liquidity pools. You deposit 2 tokens and you can withdraw the other. A simple formula that has completely revolutionized the cryptocurrency space. Now, this decentralized exchange hit a $1 trillion cumulative trading volume, market capitalization during the bear market. This is extremely bullish and important. So in April, for instance, it had a 42.48% share of the market, followed by PancakeSwap, which is another big exchange on the Binance exchange with a 17.2% market capitalization, or basically getting the whole chunk of that market cap. SushiSwap, which is another very big exchange, taking 5.4% of the share. Then we have others like Astroport, Carve Finance, and all the others taking the remaining 25% of the share. Just like in the world, the 20/80 rule applies here, but you might want to look out for these notable names, especially right now in the bear market. It's the best time to look out for some of these opportunities. This was an official tweet from the Uniswap labs themselves. It's been one hell of a ride. As of today, the Uniswap protocol has passed a lifetime cumulative trading volume of $1 trillion. So Uniswap protocol cumulative volume, you can see here, September, March, you can see that upward trend within this decentralized exchange. Those that have watched my channel, you know I'm extremely forward thinking about decentralized exchanges because of the potential they have in democratizing finance in the world as we move forward. So without further ado, this very unfortunate story. Seth Green, this is a celebrity. Most of you know this guy, an amazing actor. This was his tweet. Well, friends, it happened to me. Got fished and had 4 NFTs stolen. The Bored Ape YC, OpenSea Doodles, and Yuga Labs. Guys, don't laugh at these names. These are actually very expensive NFTs. Please don't buy or trade these while I work or resolve. Then he's like, at Darkwing84, look like you bought my stolen ape. Hit me up so we can fix it. Now, the sad thing about this, of course, he lists the pictures of all the NFTs that have been stolen on his Twitter. Now, the sad thing about this is that these NFTs, especially the Bored Ape NFTs, there are others as well. These are the conditions once you have one of these NFTs. Remember, this one is going pretty much for $106, which is over 106 Ethereum, which is over $200,000. Now you can see these conditions once you own one of these NFTs. Check this out. What's interesting is that Yuga Labs, basically the companies that started Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, the company behind the Bored Ape NFTs, gives holders an unlimited worldwide license to use, copy, and display their digital assets. More specifically, the license allows the owners to create derivative works based upon the Bored Ape IP. So when you purchase an NFT, you own the underlying Bored Ape, the art, completely. Yuga Lab says on the Bored Ape website. So essentially, if you own this NFT, you can stun or spin off your own other versions of NFTs based off that, or a company or a show or whatever you want to do with it. So that's even the more unfortunate bit about this. Not only are they expensive, but the types of rights. These guys lost rights to these particular NFTs. So in case they launch this show, they can actually be sued because someone bought the NFT. So they are the owners, which means they have all the rights to that particular NFTs. And just in, Avalanche is the protocol that I wanted to talk about in other news. So Avalanche, one of the biggest cryptocurrencies out there, or platforms, you might even call them that, or basically scaling solutions that's competing with Ethereum, that want to achieve scalability. Avalanche asks the ApeCoin, which is the token that was developed by the guys, the owners of these NFTs, or Yuga Labs. So they ask the ApeCoin to ditch Ethereum for Otherside launch. So Otherside is a metaverse that the Ape or Bored Ape Yacht Club is launched, and they had some issues with Ethereum because Ethereum is quite slow, so the throughput is slow and it's very expensive. The gas fees on Ethereum are extremely high. So Avalanche proposed on the decentralized exchange of the Bored Ape people for them to move onto their platform. And if these guys own a bunch of these tokens, they can actually vote in this favor. And if the community votes in favor of this, we can see if decentralization actually works. Can one platform through another platform decentralized exchange actually make them move over to theirs? So it will be very interesting to see throughout as we look forward to the next bull market. It will be very interesting to see how some of these partnerships or proposals actually work out. So, and the last thing we want to talk about today, if you stuck all the way to the end, this is a potential airdrop you might qualify for, and you just might qualify for. This is Optimism. You all know Optimism, one of the biggest platforms out there that's looking to scale the Ethereum network. And you can see here, introducing the Optimism Collective, we're announcing a new type of community designed to reward public goods and build a sustainable future for Ethereum. So the MO is basically scaling the Ethereum network. Now what's interesting is that you can see their amazing website. You read all these MOs that are put here, and as you scroll down, you get a reconstruction of this map here, and you read some of the things that go along with that. For example, the Optimism Collective is a band of companies, communities, and citizens bound by a mutually beneficial pact to uphold fairness, ratio, and so on. So it goes on like that, and then towards the end, you can actually launch, or you can log into this platform with your Ethereum network, and you can see, for me, all I qualified for was DAO voter. So at some point, I must have voted on a decentralized autonomous organization of the Ethereum network at some point as I was using cryptocurrencies, and this qualifies me for, I guess, 270 tokens. I don't know how much those will be worth in the future. They haven't yet launched them. So guys, if you've been messing around the crypto space for so long, make sure you try to sign in here, and make sure you watch out for scammers. I'm going to put the link of the description of this particular platform in here in case you want to check it out. But this is not financial advice. Be extremely careful the platforms you sign into, because you can easily get hacked. You don't want to give the wrong person permission to control your finances. So this was just a bone out there in case you want to check it out. Optimism is a very popular scaling solution on Ethereum, but make sure you have to be careful if you're whatever platforms you're signing in or websites you're signing in, if you're using Web3. So guys, that's all I wanted to say for this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.